Check. Welcome to the In the Mix and Out the Way podcast. What's going down, C-Rob?
What's going on, man? Good episode today.
Good episode, man. I feel like it's going to be a good one. I got two of the homies in the building, Koncept P and the legendary Cyfyre. What's going on, man?
Thank you, bro.
Going down?
Thanks for having me, man. Y'all legends.
Man,
Appreciate
I can't lie, man. It's starting off good. You know, we got the juices flowing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thanks for that food and the liquor, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Jay's Kitchen Houston on Facebook and Instagram.
Fire.
Yeah, bro.
He-
Niggas was asking if Jay single and shit right there. And I know niggas ain't gay, but it don't matter, but niggas
Fire
was asking if
emoji.
Jay single.
That shit was good to
That
the
shit
motherfucker.
crazy.
We had that chicken pasta, man. But I'm excited for today. We got two great producers, two platinum producers in the building. And I was joking earlier, C-Rob, but I was like, man, we got all of these streams and all of these hits at one time. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
That's
stop
like-
hyping yourself up, bro. I know you got hits and streams, bro. You ain't got to keep putting it on face, bro. That shit crazy how you be doing that shit. You be bragging like a motherfucking Steve-O.
I ain't bragging on myself, man. I'm bragging on these two people combined. You know what I'm saying? So Chris, how you feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Just the
Who cares?
Hey, it's in the presence, man. And, I'm just soaking it in all the knowledge, man. Trying to make it happen.
For sure. Well, fellas, let's introduce y'all to the world. You can introduce yourself one at a time. Give your Instagram a little background history on yourself, and we're gonna get to it.
Yeah, but they Koncept P. You know what I'm saying? I was born in motherfucking. I was born in
Minnesota,
but then I switched it to Venezuela. You heard? Just because I'm saucy.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? I just be doing me. You know what I'm saying? So thanks for having me, Steve-O. I'm Koncept P.
And that was not Koncept P.
Koncept P today.
Let's get it.
I'm Koncept P. Born in Venezuela, raised in Houston.
H-Town.
Platinum producer. Some of my credits, 6ix9ine, Young Thug, Tory Lanez, T Grizzly, Kevin Gates. The list goes on. But yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Wait.
Appreciate y'all.
I heard you got a Megan Thee Stallion credit.
Oh yeah, it's dropping. It's dropping in 2 days. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she gonna go crazy.
Congrats.
Her listening
Oh,
party
man.
tomorrow. We finna pull up. You know what I'm saying?
For
Jason
sure.
Joshua mixed them hoes, bro. That shit
I know they
crazy.
know they
bro.
off the chain.
Jason
Know they off the
Joshua
chain.
mixed them
It's
bitches,
gonna go
bro.
crazy in the club for real.
Man, I'm excited to.
The song called Hood Rat Shit. It's gonna go crazy.
I'm excited to see what she does for the city. You know what I'm saying? So
She's blowing up right now.
she gonna open the doors for the city. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Definitely.
Cyfyre, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name Blackcard, Steve-O. You know what I'm saying? Suwu. I platinum and I fuck you up. You know what I'm saying?
I guess I'll have to do his intro today. All right. Cyfyre is really an architect to what I would call like the Houston sound, especially for the newer people that came up like after like the N.O. Joes and stuff like that. After like the N.O. Joes and the Mr. Lees, I think you have to mention Cyfyre for the sound that he brought to Houston. You know what I'm saying? Originally from where? Where you originally from?
I'm from the Bahamas, and thank you for saying that, bro. That's like one of the sweetest things anybody ever told me or said about me, period. Thank you, man.
So it's cool. It's cool. It's no problem. So today we got somebody originally from Venezuela and somebody originally from the Bahamas. You know what I'm saying? But
they all came to Houston.
But they all came to Houston and they rep
They
Houston. You
informed,
know what I'm
they
saying?
born.
So with that being said, like we talk about a lot of music business on there. We're gonna talk about how we met. Like I actually just met Koncept P recently. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We're at IMX Houston right now, but I run a lot of sessions at Wire Road Studios, and they've been telling me about Koncept P for a while, and we finally got to run some sessions together and to meet up at the studio, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And ever since we met up, we kind of been locked in. I sat in and listened to him make some beats the other day and kind of got into his mind, you know what I mean? And it's real dope, He plays instruments. How many instruments you play?
Man, really, really like I kind of grew up playing drums.
Uh-huh.
So drums is like my main thing, drum set. I was in like drumline, like jazz band, like everything I could really like, get my hands on for drums, I did. And then I kind of learned keys You know,
Right.
as I like got to college and like they like made me learn like music theory and like they put me in like singing classes and all this stuff. So I kind of just, I'm not gonna say I'm a whiz at it, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I like know the basics. I know the music theory behind it, and like that's how I kind of approach it.
That's tight. That's tight. That's tight. That's tight. When I was watching you when we was at Wide Road, I was just like, okay, he kind of understand how to not to make, you know, add too many sounds and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that was real big to me because a lot of people, I feel like they add way too much. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, Chris? Like when people
Overproduce.
they overproduce. They produce it like people just gonna listen to the instrumental. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
That's
Like,
me, bro. So, that's me all day.
man, Cyfyre, man, have you ever thought about like, or have you ever released like a instrumental CD? Speaking of it,
Yeah, I've been dropping like little secret instrumental CDs over the years and shit. But I'm working on some new ones right now.
what about like beat packs and like sounds like that? You do beat packs?
Beat packs as it just
Like beat packs, like it sounds like your kick drums or
yeah,
like,
yeah,
Like
yeah.
drum kits.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
drum
yeah.
kits. Yeah, I did 2 drum kits. So far, I did my first drum kit last year in November, and that shit pretty dope.
That's tight. That's tight. That's tight. How can people find your drum kit?
I took it down now. I took it down now.
Too
But
many people had your sound. What was the problem?
It wasn't a problem. I just felt like taking it down. I don't know. It's weird.
You gotta keep it exclusive.
He
Bro.
he gave the game and then he took it away.
It was. I don't know. But shit. I don't know, man. I'm impressed by what you said about Koncept P though. That shit is crazy, but like for
Appreciate
real,
you,
bro.
Appreciate it.
Speaking of Koncept P, Koncept P, what do you think is your biggest hit today?
Kuda for sure for 6ix9ine.
Kuda for 6ix9ine.
Yeah, that record changed my life.
You
man.
rich as fuck. Yeah. In other
Nah,
words.
bro.
In other
But
words.
yeah, that record changed my life. The way it ended up happening is a story in its own. But you know, we can get into that later.
Yeah, I actually want to get into that. What you say?
Yeah,
Chris?
that's exactly
I
what I
wanna hear
wanted to
that.
get into because I think the cool thing about this episode is like we have 2 different style producers. You know what I mean? We have the traditional producer in the studio, built something like built a city up. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the studio,
Oh,
the
thanks.
the newer kind of the producer that came up with the internet. You know what I'm saying? With the YouTubes and so the approaches are totally different, but the levels are the same. So I think it's kind of interesting to get into like, you know, what you guys think about the new producer game and like how it works. What's the dynamics of that?
Yo, but first, all right, you asked that question, but he's about to say the 6ix9ine story.
Do it.
Oh, I don't
It
know.
don't
Should
Either
we-
way.
Just go.
Do you
like,
still have the
work.
question?
Yeah, I'm good. I remember the question. Go ahead with the 6ix9ine story.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I mean, okay, shit. Pretty much how it happened was I was going to college in New York, and I was living in Brooklyn at the time, and I didn't have any placements. You know, I was trying to sell my beats online for the most part.
How much were you selling your beats online
Bro,
for?
it was like leases would be like $25, and then like if you wanted to buy the beat like exclusively, it was like $200 or something
Okay.
like that, right? So I remember I started like, you know, just uploading like crazy on my website and on YouTube. I was like, you know, making the thumbnails, and I told myself I'm gonna start uploading every day. Like even if the videos was getting like, you know, 15 views, 20 views a day.
Right.
I was like, whatever. Like I didn't even care. I was just trying to put out content.
Right.
Because I had so many beats on my laptop at this point that I was like, nobody's listening to them.
Right. So let me stop you right there in the middle of your story and say, what good is a beat that nobody can hear?
Exactly. Like you're not gonna make any money off a beat that's just sitting on your laptop. You know what I mean? Like you gotta get out there and just, you know, have people listen to it. Like whether it's on the internet, whether it's, you know, playing it like, oh yo, listen to
So
this. What do you think?
when you were dropping your beats on, was it SoundCloud? Was it YouTube?
It was YouTube.
It was YouTube. How often were you dropping music?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day I was dropping a new beat. Every day.
So you did one beat a day.
One beat a day, like for a while.
What's a while? Give me like a time period.
Maybe like 3 months.
3 months.
4 months.
90 days. That's crazy.
90
So-
days. So you got 90 beats on YouTube.
Well, I took a lot of them down, like, cause a lot of people was like stealing it. But yeah, for the most part, I was uploading every day, like, and I didn't even care if, you know, people really used them,
Right.
cause I was just like, whatever. Like, eventually, I'm gonna make money off of this. Like,
Okay,
it's just
okay.
like
So-
I
so
wanted to
The
just get my
6ix9ine, how
foot
did
in
the
the door.
6ix9ine shit happen?
Oh yeah.
Exactly, like that's where it's going. So I was in Brooklyn, and I wake up one morning, just normal morning, you know. I get on my phone on Instagram. I'm on the explore page, and I had already seen like memes of Danny or 6ix9ine on you know the internet, like SoundCloud rapper, like you know.
Right.
So I click on the video, and it's a video of him in the studio, like he just recorded his new song. I was like, yo, I had to listen to it like 4 or 5 times. And then I was like, this is definitely my beat. This is definitely my beat. Yeah. I had uploaded that beat like 2 days prior or like the day before or something like that. Right. So I was like, man. And I went to go look at the beat. It had like 70 views. Wow. So it wasn't even like, you know, it had like mad views. So it turns out his best friend, Drew, found the beat on like, he was just like looking for beats, and he found the beat and he sent it to him, and then
like early, super
yeah, like
early.
he was looking on YouTube, and there was a T Grizzly and Ludfo type beat.
Yeah.
So they searched up Ludfo type beat, and that's how they searched it by recent, so it wasn't like the most plays. He searched it like what's the most recent one, and like
that's good game. That's good game. So he didn't do it. So producers, they're not always looking for the most plays.
They're not looking for the most plays. They're looking for the most heat. Like, yo, that's why I be telling people.
Heat, and it got to be the most recent because it's newer.
Like, you just got to be consistent. Like, it only takes that one beat to change your life, bro. Like, that's why I be telling everybody, like.
So saying that one beat changed your life.
Straight up.
One beat changed your life.
Yeah, straight up.
So
we was in Brooklyn, and then like, bro, I see the video. I'm like, whoa, like, what do I even do? Because this is my first placement. I've never even, like, dealt with anything like this before. I get an email from a guy named Chris. It turns out to be his manager.
But you didn't know. You didn't know at the time.
I didn't know at the time. He was like, yo, my name's Chris. Like, we trying to buy this beat. And I was like, nah, I'm trying to give this to 6ix9ine. You tripping. And he's like, oh, I'm his manager. I was like, okay, well, you didn't tell me that. Like, you know what I mean?
So that's kind of a little sneaky,
yeah,
too.
He was trying to get that $200.
So he was trying to imagine if he would have sold that beat to him for $200 and it ended up
bro, but even then, I only sold the beat for like $700, bro. I didn't even sell it, like, you know?
Yeah,
I was just trying to get my foot in the door.
Right.
But.
And then what happened, though?
So I tell him, like, oh, yeah, like, whatever. We figure out, like, the price or whatever. And then they tell us, yo, if we're ever in your city, let us know, and like we'll link up sometime and like get in the studio. Right. Bro, I'm in Brooklyn, so you know they off in Brooklyn. It's like, oh, well, we're having the music video to it tomorrow. So pull up. So from there on, like I just went, and then I met him, and then you know we just had studio sessions and everything.
That's what you was at. You was in school in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So. I think like a lot of the moral of the story is don't necessarily let that upfront money
never
stop you from getting that back end and that big bag.
A lot of producers like trip about it, and I just think like the upfront money, unless you're like, you know, Metro or like Murder or something, like, you know what I'm saying, like you have like that status where like, you know, everyone wants beats from you, then like the upfront money is usually like crumbs compared to like what the back end's gonna look like. If we're talking about like, you know, a major placement.
Right.
But see, the other part of that story that's good for newer producers is that he didn't let the views discourage him. You know what I mean? Like he was getting 20 views. He said 20, 15 views, and he was still uploading beats every day.
That's 20 people. Like you do the math, bro. That's 20 people a day for 5 days. That's 100 people that don't listen to it.
And it only took one person to view it to change your whole life. So that's what I'm saying.
Because you never know what's the separation. They say
6 degrees of separation.
6 degrees of separation from everybody.
It's changed now with the internet.
It's closer.
Like, that was back in the day. It's 6 degrees. That was like none. Now.
So like Cyfyre, we spoke earlier and we were talking about how important the vibe was when you're working with an artist. You know what I'm saying? So speaking of like the upfront money and stuff like that, how important is the upfront money, or what's more important to you when you work with an artist, whether they're a big artist or whether they're an upcoming artist? Like, give me what you look for that'll make you passionate about the project and about the song.
How I've been, like the whole time I've been making music, is just like I treat everybody the same. Mm-hmm. I don't care about the budget or anything like that. A lot of people, I ask them what their budget is. It's just like a formality, or even some casual shit. Who knows? But I ask people that, and whatever they say, a lot of times, if I want to work with them, I just like run it. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. And I got 50 grand for a beat before, and I also work with people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, for nothing.
So I've been doing it like that. I really don't care about that shit because I just fuck with people, and I really even been spending time my whole time producing with even people who just decide they want to like get into music,
right?
With the same focus and the same.
So
same
basically, you're saying you use the same energy, the same. You give everybody the same amount of attention, no matter what their status is.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing for my whole time here.
Right.
And I've been reflecting on that. You know what I'm saying?
But you think that's a good move, right?
I mean, everything I think is great for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that'll work for everyone else.
Right.
Is that like I wouldn't advise anyone to do that. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Why not? Why not? You know, we talking about the music business, so go ahead and put it out there.
I wouldn't advise any kid producing to just no, let me take it because there's only some parts of that. I do advise, if I were to advise anyone on anything, which I'm not doing really, but if I were to, nigga, I would advise, like, treat everyone the same, of course.
Right.
Don't, like, especially, like, don't look at people with money as greater than people who
without.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
it's stupid. It's just stupid.
Principle
to me.
Money has nothing to do with talent.
Right.
So how many people have y'all worked with that had a bunch of money but no talent? Like with me with the studio, a lot of times the people that, you know, I'll be like, okay, this is gonna cost $500. That's not always the most talented person or the person that I would want to work with immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well,
So,
we're from an industry where, like, if you have money, you can go far. Like, and that's just being real.
right.
Like, you don't necessarily even need talent at this day and age. You don't even need talent. Like, I have some people that I know that, you know, like, they have like normal jobs. They do their 9 to 5. They do whatever, they hustle. They do whatever they gotta do. And like, whenever it's time, like, they're like, oh, how much for like 4 beats or like 3 beats? And I tell them, like, you know, that's gonna be like, shit, $7,000. They're like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, whoa, for real? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would just, like, you would never expect like certain things from certain people. That's why you should never like close the door before. And it's not even with money either, but like, I'm just saying in general, like, you shouldn't close the door on like an opportunity.
Like, don't
that
judge,
could be
don't
there.
judge
Like,
the book by its cover.
Exactly. Like, I've had like situations where I find like an artist on Instagram. Like Meg, for example, like when I started working with Meg, I DM'd her. I think she might have
Megan
had,
Thee
like,
Stallion.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We don't call her Meg, you know what I'm saying? We ain't that close with her. We call her the whole
Megan
thing.
Thee Stallion.
You know
My fault. Megan Thee Stallion, like, she maybe had like 100,000 followers on Instagram or something.
Only?
Well, like for like compared to what she has now, like, you know what I mean? Like, when I started, like, she like, all right, cool, pull up to the studio. I work with like her producers and like, you know, like everyone cool over there. But now, like, fast forward 10 months and she's chilling with Drake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a couple months ago, like, I would mention her name and people from Houston would even be like, oh, like, who? You know what I mean? Like, not everybody knew, but like, the fact that you like develop with people, like, you develop genuine relationships with people before you like make money. Because if you approach it with like oh, bro, like, I just met you, but you want to hear some of my beats, they'll be like, bro, you know how many other people I can call for beats? Like, who are you?
People that I actually have relationships with that I
so
actually like.
Exactly. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about really making the connection rather than trying to focus on like, oh, what's my next come up? You know what I mean? Right. That's the way I approach it, at least. That's
tight. Anything you want to add, Chris?
Nah, I think that kind of answered the question. You know, basically on like how the different styles of producing go.
Right. I think also with that is just like the part I was saying, the not part. Treat everyone the same, but still, like, don't be spending too much time, like, because your time is valuable. Like,
right.
So like, don't spread. I just think like you could do that free work and stuff, but just make sure, like, because at the end of the day, if you have a studio, you paying lights, you paying this, you paying that. Mm-hmm. Yep. Everybody's paying to exist out here too. So I just think like just be, if you're doing some pro bono type shit, just be accountable for them hours. You know what I'm saying? Be accountable for everything that's going on.
For sure.
Because even if you got a team and stuff, you got other people working on this free shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I think treat everyone the same, but then still be mindful of like the expenses that you putting out when you sitting down to make a beat. If you know you're gonna need a 7 of some weed, you're gonna need you a bottle, you're gonna order like 4 pizzas. You know what I'm saying? Like all these different things to make this free beat for this guy who may or may not even know what the fuck he's getting.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I hate to be the guy to be like, yo, I charge 50 grand a beat. You know what I'm saying? To someone who may chunk me like a couple racks, whatever. I don't give a fuck anyway, because when I'm in the labels and they talking about some money shit and they come at me a certain way, I'll disappear on them niggas. And I won't even do it. You know what I'm saying? Even a million's on the table, because it's just like my time on this earth. I don't even know what the fuck this shit is. We don't know what this shit is. So it's just like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not nobody's slave, nobody's nothing, nobody this or that.
It's on your own accord.
Yeah, your time is worth more than any amount of money. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
So if you one of us type of dudes who's so passionate though, that's what I'm saying. A lot of us, I'm talking to people who's like super passionate about this shit. You be up for 4 or 5 days. You might make 100 beats, so you might think that it's nothing to give 2, 3, 4, 5 to this person or give them this amount of your time. But just, be mindful, you know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking to myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm passionate about this shit. I don't give a fuck. I could be working with Dr. Dre, and some nigga outside, it'll be like, yo, I got something, you know what I'm saying? And he might be whack as fuck, but I'm like, nigga, I know how to make that right, because that's what we do.
Yeah. Right.
So whack is mad relative in me talking about this shit, because it's like, nah, I could do something with this if I do this or that. I might have to nudge the nigga verse over. I know what I could do in general to make any song listenable or palatable even. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's what we do.
That's actually producing. Actually producing. That goes beyond beat making. The process that he explained is actually producing.
Yeah.
Everybody that makes beats doesn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a big difference.
It's a big difference. And I know as we work with different people, we pick up different things. You know what I mean? Like, I know Cyfyre just said he don't care if he was working with Dr. Dre. That's not hypothetical. This man has really worked with Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? So it's not hypothetical. So when they're speaking, please pay attention to what they're saying. Let's talk about like beat tags. You got a beat tag?
Yeah, for sure.
How your beat tag go?
It's Concept P, the beat knocking.
It's Concept P, the beat knocking. Yeah. So I'm gonna say this about Cyfyre. I ain't even gotta ask, does he have a tag? I don't know if he's using the tag nowadays, but I'm gonna say this: Cyfyre is one of the first people, people that I've ever heard use their tag like an instrument.
That's hard. I don't even gotta hear it. That's hard.
Thanks for saying that, but that's not what happened.
What happened? Tell me the story.
Yeah,
I was putting the tag on the beats to try to tag the beats.
So nobody take it.
Right, I think that's what I was doing, right? Put the tag on the beats, but then, when you track out the beat and someone wanted the beat and shit, I wouldn't put the tag. Yeah. And more than one person, like my people, they're like, yo, where's the tag?
Yeah.
So
yeah, because they like, it's like your brand almost, like they're like bragging like, oh, this is this person's tag.
I feel like when I hear a Cyfyre beat and I hear that fire at the beginning, and then I hear it again and again, I'm like, that shit tight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that was intentional. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people, like a lot of the homies wanted it in there for some reason. But at first I was just trying to tag the beats. You know what I'm saying? But
so somebody else made it like the instrument part, like
rarely. I put it in key. You know what I'm saying? Or something. I think. You know what I'm saying?
But I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? Because you have one of those tags. When I heard it, especially, behind tent days and all of that, it's like,
behind tent.
Wow, you know what I'm saying? Fire. You're like, okay, that's hard. So speaking of how I met Cyfyre, I don't really remember how I met Cyfyre.
Sibo, do you got a tag? You got a tag?
I got an iMix certified tag.
You got a tag?
Yeah, I got an iMix certified tag for the mixing that me and Bruce use.
Yes, sir.
But my earliest remembrance of Cyfyre was I used to be Mike Mo's assistant at Mad Studios. Mike Mo used to mix J-Dog music, right? And we had to go pick up the files from the hog pen. So we talking about some OG shit. You know what I'm saying? The hog pen.
I just passed by there, so off of Bingle on the north side of Houston.
Yeah.
That's where the hog pen is.
And we pulled up to get these files for this song, and that song ended up being J-Dog First 48.
Damn, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Concept, you know what First 48 is?
First 48,
Yeah.
like the show.
The show.
Playing.
You don't know what First 48 is?
You ain't never heard First 48?
Yeah.
Bro, First 48, like the Houston,
J-Dog.
like, J-Dog and fucking like, isn't it that like with fucking what's his name?
You gotta get it. Come on,
Bro,
Venezuela.
hold on, it's coming to me. It was the group, right? It was the group.
Come on, Venezuela. We gonna
Fuck,
we
bro.
gonna take your
I ain't
citizenship.
Houston culture like that. I ain't Houston culture like
Put
that.
you in the...
Definitely
It was a
remember
group.
First 48,
It's a
though.
group. It's a group. I'm thinking of a group, but I'm working on the
You
name,
don't
bro.
know about no First 48.
So first,
And I thought it was a song. Like,
it is a song.
It
So,
is, yeah.
so First 48
That's correct.
is a song by J-Dog featuring Slim Thug. It's one of J-Dog's biggest records.
Yep.
It tore up the airwaves. I remember when they was talking like, damn, I can't believe they're playing this on the radio.
I can't believe they played that on the
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
It's literally talking about killing people. You know what I'm saying? But not like just like I'm gonna shoot you. It's literally the whole song is about killing people. You know what I'm saying? And Cyfyre made that. Tell everybody what that experience was like making that song, and what did that song do for your career and your notoriety. You know what I'm saying?
Man, just even like, first of all, the relationship with J-Dog is just something that's just like, he's one of my best friends, you know what I'm saying, period. So, I don't know, like, we just kick it and we do music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That particular day, it was Lil Boss' birthday. It was me, Lil Boss. We had a studio on the Southwest. It's me, Lil Boss, J-Dog, my nigga Blaze Burner, who's somewhere, he probably outside smoking a black or a blunt, and motherfucking not a blunt. I mean, so, and Trey was there.
Yeah.
He came through with a chopper just for some reason, I don't know why. but fucking, so it was Lil Boss' birthday, to make it short, and he was playing a bunch of West Coast music. He was just playing like mad like crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Because our studio was chilling. And so then I hopped on the beats and I just made the beat, like trying to make some kind of West Coast beat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what happened. Then he recorded it, and then whatever.
How long did it take him to do like the lyrics, like for that record? Because to me, that's a Houston classic. You know what I'm saying? That's like a Houston classic. If you know Houston, if you know the North Side, you have to speak of J-Dog. And I feel like your presence with J-Dog was such a presence that it has to be spoke about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
like that guy, he just like, he hasn't dropped a lot of music since then, but I feel like the work that this guy's been doing, I've been seeing it firsthand. I haven't been in Houston in 4 years, and you know what I mean? So I'm back out here like fucking with that dude and shit, and I know him, and I know the work that he does. The music is a part of it, but the work that he does is really just person to person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's genuine. I can't lie. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Just a quick story. J-Dog is so passionate about his music. I've never seen anybody so passionate when they record other than J-Dog. Have you? Somebody with more passion? I haven't seen it personally. Not that I've personally worked with. Like the first time I recorded J-Dog in the booth, he started crying. You know what I'm saying? And I literally didn't know what to do. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? He started crying, and he was like, "Nah, just start it over." I started it over.
Yes, sir.
He was like, it wasn't a game. Like he was really crying. Like somebody had just died, and he was shouting them out at the beginning of the song when he was doing the ad libs, and he broke down crying.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's real.
And I haven't met anybody with that kind of passion and that kind of growl in his voice. You know what I'm saying? In a voice, and that's special to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like J-Dog is somebody very special to have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like that guy, like he's fully in his spirit. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's what some people would call real or whatever the fuck. But he's the update to that too, because he's the old. What people be like, oh, the code and blah blah blah, whatever. He's that, but he's also the update. That nigga is fully in his spirit. So if you see any of the apps that he has, which is crying, which is anger, which is love, which is he has all these apps that we have as humans.
Right.
And he activates all these apps.
He feels all of them 100%.
Genuinely.
Right.
He just moves in the spirit, and that's one thing I can say about that nigga.
That's
that
tight, maybe.
Music or not, it's just like he's really doing stuff.
Maybe one day we could get J-Dog on the podcast, man.
That'd be dope.
Chris, you got any questions for our guests?
I do, kind of to piggyback on like the J-Dog, how you experienced that with him in the studio. Like, what's y'all's creative process? And then, like, if y'all have like a weirdest session that you've been in type deal, like after you talk about your creative process, and you ain't got to name names, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, because we ain't editing nothing out.
Nope. So what's the process like?
What he said, it's 6'9".
Nah. The sessions with him was actually cool. They chilling.
So what's your everyday process like? Like what?
Like when you walk into the studio.
Yeah, to do a session with an artist. What's that like?
You gotta have M&Ms or what?
Usually I try to before the session, I try to listen to their music. I do my homework on every artist before I do get in the studio with them.
Okay.
I listen to at least their whole latest album, or if they're a new artist, listen to their 3 songs out or whatever. And then I kind of develop I make a little pack, a beat pack for them. Maybe I might not even play it for them, but it's just for me personally to be all right, this is kind of the vibe, if anything. And then sometimes I cook up, I make some melodies. If it's a session where I'm gonna go to make beats for the artist, in person, then sometimes I just make melodies at my house before I even show up. So it's when I get there, I just play the melodies, that little 8-bar melodies or whatever, and then whichever one catches their ear, oh, what's that? Boom, I just load it up real quick, add drums, 808, and keep going like that. But if it's just me, getting into the studio by myself, sometimes I pull up to Wire Road and solo dolo, you know what I mean? Just to work on beats on my own. And there, I put my keyboard out and everything. I try to I always start with melodies first though. I never start a beat with drums.
That's a good question.
Even though I'm more drum oriented, you could say I always start with the melody first.
What about you, Cyfyre? When you're making a beat, what do you usually start with? The drums, the melody, what comes to you first, creative wise?
I'll start with anything, but I mostly percentage wise start with melodies too.
Melodies, okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
That's something y'all got in common. That's tight.
I'll start with drums too, but
I mean, I have before, but it's not that common. It's just.
So what about the experiences in the studio? Anything that you've seen or anything, not to tell on any artists or nothing but any kind of experience that you okay, that was different. You know what I'm saying? Or unique in any kind of way.
Okay, I mean, I guess when I made the beat for Rondo for 6ix9ine, it was he had just got to Houston and he had gotten a new number, so I couldn't reach him. So I see he's going to a club, whatever. I go to the club with my boys, and I just happen to see him in the front, passing by me. I'm like, yo, Danny, da-da-da. He's like, oh shit, what's up? We go to the section. After that, the next day they hit my boy Fabo for a haircut. He's like, bro, I don't want to pull up by myself. You know them already, so come with me. Cool. I was like, I was bringing my laptop with me. So we get to the hotel, it was the Four Seasons. We get there. And he's like, oh, bro, you got some beats? You playing me some beats? But there was no speaker. We didn't have a speaker. But the hotel had a alarm clock, the iHome alarm clock.
Right.
With the little aux cord. So I hooked it up. And that's how I just made the beat on there. And that shit made Billboard and everything. And I
on
made
the
it
iHome. Shout out to iHome.
For real? That shit live. For real.
So he said something in there. He said he pulled up to the club where he was going to be at. He didn't have his right phone number. You know what I'm saying? So that shows, to me, that
determination.
Shows determination. That shows ambition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
a lot of people might say, man, I ain't got his number. He didn't reach out to me, whatever. I'm not going. You know what I'm
like
saying?
that's the thing. Like you gotta go out there and like show your face, because no one's ever gonna remember you if you just gonna sit in your room and make beats all day. You know,
and just
like
be another name on the email.
Yeah, I had been in studio sessions with him already. We had gone out to eat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I knew that like he just saw me. Like it was green. So it's like fuck it. I don't even know if he's gonna see me, but I'm gonna go anyways.
Pull up.
Yeah.
And like by chance, like my boy couldn't get in because he had worn like Nikes or something. It's usually like we just go however, like, you know what I mean? They don't usually dress code us. But like they was just, I don't know, they was on some bullshit. So they was like, oh, you can't get in. So we were waiting outside thinking he's already inside, like performing. We're like, damn, bro, like this shit's damn. And then that's what he pulls up with Jimmy Boy. I was like,
shout out to Jimmy Boy.
For real, Jimmy Boy the GOAT, bro.
Yeah.
He was with Ugly God and all them. Like, it was cool. It was a fun night.
So Cyfyre, what about you? Any experiences in the studio that you were like, or any kind of experience that was like unique? You know what I'm saying? Where you're like, damn, that worked out perfectly, and you didn't know it was gonna work out like that. You know what I mean?
Shit. Every day is like that. It's just I just noticed the magic in being alive. You know what I'm saying? So I see how this shit link up. This shit be trippy every day. All kinds of weird shit be having. Everything that happen. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this shit for like 10 years every day. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So yeah, I see everything. Especially out here in Houston.
What I want to know is how did the GOAT Cyfyre get with the GOAT
You
Dr.
the GOAT.
Dre?
You the
nah.
GOAT. You the GOAT.
How did the GOAT Cyfyre get with the GOAT Dr. Dre?
Man, one of my friends, this beautiful lady I was dating, happened to be working with him. And she would be like, yo, send them some beats. And I wouldn't send them. I just didn't, like, I just be going with the vibe, like I said. Right. It don't matter who it is. And, I always, like, that's one of my goals. Like, before I started making music, I knew I always.
So don't get mad if you can't get a Cyfyre beat pack, because Dr. Dre barely got a Cyfyre beat pack.
Yeah, but I mean, like, and it's respectful to everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, it's mad love and respect to everyone the same. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she was just like, yo, send him the beats. Mm-hmm. And I damn near was like, I got a studio right down the street from her crib. It was just like in between Atlantic and her crib. I was working in Atlantic a lot, still working with them a lot. But was working with them at the studio right there in Cleon in LA. So I got a studio right there. Her crib was down like a little bit down the street. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'd be at her crib all the time. You know what I'm saying? And she'd be like, yo, send Ty, who is Dre's engineer, not engineer, A&R, the beats. Mm-hmm. And I sent them because she's kind of getting on my nerves with it, and she's like the most.
She just bothered you. She just bothered you into a Grammy.
Yeah, she didn't even bother me, but it's just like she just kept telling me. So I just sent them like my whole folder. You know what I'm saying? I just like fuck it. I just zipped it up and sent him the whole pack. And the joint that he put out was a joint that I did. I put mad shit with hooks on it. Like I do a lot of beats, and my guy Blaze Burner does hooks on them. Mm-hmm. And that particular one, they like had a hook by my guy Constantine. Yeah, that's my brother.
That's Constantine, man.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Constantine got a little pin on him.
Bro,
he got a little pin on him.
He a goat. And he's one of them niggas too, in the spirit too. So that's like the type of motherfuckers I really born with. That's you know tight. What I'm saying? I mean, if I could describe a type, you know what I'm saying? I can't even describe because I don't know what the fuck is going on in this life, you know what I'm saying? But, nigga, so Constantine did a hook on the beat that I did. And just like a lot of, like, alignment with it because I just did some shit with Meek Mill. And they called me in the studio to do some shit, and I did a beat. And he did the hook initially for Meek Mill, but I guess he didn't choose it. Mm-hmm. But he didn't choose it, obviously. And fucking, I sent them the whole folder, and that's what they're like. You know what I'm saying?
That's tight.
And Dre's one of them dudes. I took the tag out when I tracked it out for him because the tag was all through the beat, and he was like, "Leave the tag in it through the whole beat." The tag is in the beat like 22 times or some shit.
That's tight.
Yeah, and he won it, and he named the song Gunfire. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna name this Gunfire." You know what I'm saying?
That's tight.
And
that's hard.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks. It was fun, man. And when they told me, so when they chose the record, which is a couple of weeks after I sent the pack, they told me to come to the studio, and they was like, yeah, there's some shit for John Connor. And I was like, all right, I'm going to tell my bro Constantine come too, because he did the hook. Yeah. They was like, yeah, cool. So I told Constantine, gave him the address. He got there before me, you know what I'm saying? So I pull up, and it's Dre coaching him on doing the hook again, you know what I'm saying? I walk in, it's just Dre and them. I was like, where John Connor at? And it's like, oh, nah, nigga, we just telling you that's with Dre or whatever.
So they hit you with the ooh-wop, the ooh-wop.
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck, so it didn't matter. But
it's a Dr. Dre ooh-wop.
Yeah, it was fire though. It was fire. That's one of the best sessions, man. That shit was lit.
That's right. That's right.
Constantine is my nigga. We still working on a lot of shit.
Congratulations
awesome,
on that.
man.
So
Yeah.
speaking of you being in LA for 4 years, you were out there.
Yeah, I've been back and forth there, but like 4 years I haven't been back to Houston. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Like, man, welcome back.
Thank you,
know what
bro.
I'm saying? Appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me, bro. I'm happy to be here.
Concept P, appreciate you coming out. You know what I'm saying? I know. Chris probably got a couple more questions, a couple things.
Nah, man, I think that was a pretty good interview, dog. Like, I think we went over a lot. Well, one question.
Yeah.
So we kind of talked about this the other day, but like, what's one of the most important things a producer needs to get, especially when checks and stuff start coming in? Like, what's the first thing you went and got? Not like material, but I'm talking about to handle the business.
Lawyer.
Entertainment
Get
lawyer.
yourself a lawyer, bro. Man, I can't stress that enough, man. Because a lot of people like ask me like, oh, bro, I'm looking for management. I need a manager. It's like, and I always tell them, at least from my perspective, like, you got to let management come to you. Like, management isn't something like you just wake up one day and ask somebody like, hey, bro, you want to manage me? Because, like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit just don't happen. Like, so I always tell people, like, for me, my personal experience, like, my whole thing went from, like, 0 to 100, like, real quick. So it was like, oh, okay, like, they sent me a producer agreement. And I was the first, for my Kuda one, I was, like calling my professors. Like, I didn't know who to call. But then eventually, like, through me just knowing other producers, like, oh, who's your lawyer? Like, da-da-da. I just did my research, found myself a lawyer. And, he makes sure everything on the back end looks good now. But, yeah, that's definitely the biggest thing. Like, if you're trying to really get paid off of this music stuff, like, get a lawyer. Because if not, then everyone's going to... They're gonna take advantage of you.
It's the music business.
I heard somebody say it wasn't the music friendness.
That's fire. Who said that?
It was Rude Jude on Shade 45. Wow. He said it's not called the music friendness.
Man, thank you for that, Rude Jude. That shit is profound.
Yeah, because if you can make some money with somebody, you might as well, man. But you got to watch out because people will try to take money from you at every given account. Like a lot of people right now don't, like, a lot of artists don't understand that the producer made the beat, they automatically should get that 50% or whatever percent on they publishing. You know what I'm saying?
We have to tell this to motherfuckers every motherfucking day.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck if you paid 100 racks for the beat, nigga. 50%
50,
standard, bitch ass
50,
niggas. Like,
50.
please,
Like, straight up.
Like,
50,
bro,
50.
I'm tired of that shit. Yo, if you have to edit that, bro, nigga, please, my nigga.
50%.
Don't think that you're incentivizing any producer to fucking work on your fucking song because you're saying I'm gonna give you credit and you can get 50% on my distro kit. Nigga, fuck you. Like, do some time to do the research, right, nigga? Like, please, because, like, nigga, I say this with love to all my brothers out here because you look stupid. Like, with me, I let you make it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all make it. But at the end of the day, you might get that thing from me that just happened, like, nigga, like, fuck you, shit, but it's with love because, bro, if you got all this technology, nigga, please at least study how this shit goes. Stop fucking insulting people for their motherfucking work, talking about you gonna incentivize them by giving them 50%. Nigga, if you didn't pay for the beat, it's 100%, bitch. Then we can start negotiating after you know what I'm saying? Like, please, man, stop doing this, man, because I don't give a fuck. I'll make beats with my niggas all day and be fucking rich or whatever the fuck you call it, but I don't give a fuck, nigga. Like, nigga, maybe it's my job to try to help you to understand that part of it, because, nigga, I be seeing that on my phone, like, nigga, so much, and it's me, I'm just chilling. I'm not even out here just like, hey, I got beats. You know what I'm saying? Niggas literally hit my phone telling me that. It's like, nigga.
So, like, with that, automatically, for all the artists out there, all the label exec wannabes, you know what I'm saying? The producer gets 50% of the record. You know what I'm saying?
No matter what.
Always.
And that's the publishing side.
Always.
And writer side, because it's a marriage now.
Yeah, it's
I get
marriage.
25 writers, And I get 25 published.
Yep.
Those are two different signings in your ass cap, and those are two different checks, my niggas.
And that makes
so
the 50%.
make sure y'all know that.
That makes the 50%.
That makes you 50%. You're now a writer and a publisher when you make a beat for any motherfucker around here who doesn't know that.
Even if they steal it. Even if they steal it.
If they steal it, you get 100.
Like if they steal
if you
the
want.
beat, you're like at an advantage. If they steal the beat, you're at an advantage because the song already out, and you could just be like, "Well,
100."
It could have been for 50, but now
no, it's 100, and I want a fucking 100 racks.
But look, this is what
And I'm gonna wait till it's at fucking 175 million streams too. When we go gold, I'm gonna come and be like, yeah. Actually, I registered that beat as a motherfucking song, so you don't even get the beat. You sample me, bitch. So now, no, it's produced by me. And nigga, it's not your beat. You just sampled me just now. Yeah. So now, like, thank you. I want,
now
like,
you
nigga,
I'll
give you 80. I'll give myself 80. I'll give you 20, or take it down.
Yeah.
And fucking revoke your plaque. I don't give a fuck. I don't care either way. But it's like, bro, stop playing with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Stop playing.
Stop playing.
Stop playing with the producer.
Like, it's not like people like producers like they catching up. Like they not letting shit slide no more. Like people are like going
and let's go a step further, because even with the 50%, you're still supposed to get a royalty.
Of course,
bro,
you still
that's
get
why
your
you gotta
break
get
in.
a fucking lawyer. That's what I'm saying.
So
bro.
you get your 50%, and then you still get a royalty. A lot of people are trying to say, "Oh, let me just give you your 50%, and you don't get no royalty." If you don't get no royalty, you're not getting paid off the streams.
All right, this is what a lot of people don't understand. Nigga. A lot of people don't understand that the upfront payment you get for a beat isn't just money that they're just giving to you. It's an advance. It's called an advance. So pretty much, like, let's say, like you say, you charge, I don't know, like 50 grand for a beat.
No, I said that happened. That's like I'm showing love out here. You know
yeah, okay, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, okay, let's say you want to sell a beat for three grand. Boom, you sell a beat for 3 grand. The song does stupid numbers. The royalty check come in. On the invoice for the royalty check, you're gonna see the total number minus 3 grand, and that's what you're gonna get. So it's not even like you. That's why I tell a lot of producers, like, don't even trip about the upfront payment, because it's gonna come in the back end anyways. Like, a lot of people
if
just
your
think,
business is right.
Especially when
you get a lawyer, like, dog. I'm telling you,
especially when
like,
you're dealing with real labels and stuff.
Yeah,
if you're dealing with homeboys and people that don't know the business and stuff like that,
that's different.
You always got to be careful. But if you're dealing with a real business that can do the accounting and stuff like that,
exactly, like
that's a big difference.
You're gonna be straight. But as a producer, you should be getting your publishing, and you should be getting
royalties, like your fucking sound exchange, like all that shit. Like you
Harry
need
Fox agency, all that shit.
Everything.
Y'all better do y'all research.
All
man.
that, and see, and I think getting a lawyer is cool, but nigga, fuck lawyers.
You gotta like be careful who you choose, but do your research.
First of all I'm saying, don't even do your research on the lawyer. Just do your research on what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because right now, my nigga, the rules are changing. It's such a big void right now.
Damn near every day.
We don't know what's like, bro. We don't know how much money YouTube is making off these streams. How much they really making. We don't know how much SoundCloud really making off these streams. We don't know how much when you break it down, and you break it down to like these people got stocks, they got shareholders, they got private investors, angel investors, devil investors. These motherfuckers got investors, they got lawyers, nigga. So like, how much is our streams really worth when you break it down?
Yeah, true. That's where like publishers like really come in. Like,
but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to say. Lawyers, cool, my nigga. Let's put it down to this. If you have an account with somebody, right, and they giving you $1 billion, you have another account with another customer, and they giving you a couple $1,000, and your lawyer happen to be, nigga, who the fuck, nigga? It's a small community. You said 6 degrees of separation is 0 degrees of separation. We all related, nigga. You got the gram, or you follow her, nigga. It's not 6 degrees no more. You follow her on the fucking gram.
Yeah.
True. She might have liked your comment before. Who cares? But at the end of the day, it's not 6 degrees of separation. So at the end of the day, study this shit. Because the law, study all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a lot. It's just a couple fundamental things that you need to know. Study this shit. Study the basics.
Music business.
Study all of this shit before you get run into these motherfucking lawyers too.
And stop approaching producers in the music business when you haven't done your research, because it's offensive.
It is offensive.
It's offensive
like,
to the
it's
people
hella
that are
offensive.
actually in the industry and that actually do this.
I
very
actually
offensive.
do get upset by that. Like people that just be, I feel like they just taking me as a joke, almost like,
Right.
oh, like what's your budget? And I'm like, oh, bro, I only really got like $50. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you hitting me up for? Like you know what I mean? Like, okay, like if it'd be different if they hit me like as a, yo, I really like your beats, like let's work. But half the time they be hitting me like, bro, or like, you know, they don't even really care. Like for me personally, it's more like I just want this beat like for like your name, and then I don't give a fuck who like about you.
I think
as
people,
a person.
I think people skip the relationship building.
Exactly, and that's where I like just like that. Just to me, it's like what, you know, I'm not gonna work with anybody that I don't have like a genuine like connection or like at least talk to like on the, like a friend level.
That goes back to the 0 degrees of separation you was just talking about. You know what I mean? People think that just because they follow you or whatever,
they entitled to like your work. Like it's not.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell y'all this. I've been knowing Cyfyre for probably. When was first 48? What year was that?
That was like 10 years ago to the
about
9 years ago.
About 9-10 years.
9 years ago.
And I've never asked them for a favor.
I asked you for my favors.
But I've never asked him for a favor.
That's
what I'm saying. This is the first thing that I've actually called him and said, man, hey, can you do this?
It's my pleasure, bro. I didn't even see it.
No, it's all good. But I'm just saying, like, build your relationships and then capitalize on your relationship.
Exactly.
This is my pleasure. Like I don't like.
Yeah, no. It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Like,
it's
I'm
good.
happy to be here, nigga. Like,
anything.
If you had said let's roll to anywhere, I would have rolled.
Yeah.
Period. Like no questions asked. So I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I think that was a good one to end on because we got the passion out of you on that one that getting this money right.
No, it's not even. No, that's what I'm saying. It's not even the money. It's just like I'm saying. It's not even about credits
it's
too.
Just being educated.
No, it's not even about credits too. The part that's offensive to me, and it's not even offensive to me because I'm gonna learn from everything that happens because I don't know what's going on. Period. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's the point of this shit. So things that might trigger me emotionally, I often tend to just not be triggered by them and just observe. And with my fucking deeper observation of this whole subject, it's offensive to any producer. I don't give a fuck if you work with Dr. Dre or fucking Fetty Wap or who the fuck ever, nigga. I don't care, nigga. Stop telling these niggas to come up and pull up for their time and talking about they can get credit and 50%. 50% is standard.
Yeah, you're not doing them a favor. You're not doing them a favor.
Yeah,
that's not a fucking favor, bro.
It's not a favor. That's what you're entitled to. Like that's where it starts.
And I feel motherfucking moved to tell niggas, bro. If you drop that song, bro, like people be doing, my nigga.
Cease and desist.
And no cease and desist. Do your motherfucking thing. I hope you run it up. Because you didn't have a couple racks for the beat or a couple hundred for the beat. Or fucking with anything for the beat, right? So if you mysteriously got a promo budget, which is, my nigga, what it takes
30,000 at least
to make money, real money on this shit.
Yeah,
nigga, if you don't know what a promo budget is, my nigga,
it's not even worth the time.
Period. So it's like nigga, I want to, like, rather than because I'm not clowning nobody, I'm just saying, like, yo, I feel like letting niggas know, my nigga, however I can, like, yo, let's find out about promo budgets. Let's find out about how these things really work. You know what I'm saying? Without saying a lot of crazy shit. Like, let's find out how this game works. Like, let's find out why Chevron has billboards even though they selling the shitload of gas no matter what.
Right.
No matter how much they charge.
They still
finna sell the glass. They still got a billboard.
Yeah.
They still got commercials. They still investing.
But these artists don't even want to. These artists don't want to promote themselves though.
Yeah.
That's a different story. That's a different story.
Yeah, know what it takes to get on Billboard. Like, let me put it like that. Know what it takes to get on Billboard.
Yeah.
It like you could find out what it takes to get on Billboard. It's not a fucking wishing on a star, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's not it. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe, I don't know, nigga. But like, yo,
maybe that's the start.
This shit all works together. Like, all this shit is fucking one thing, bro. It's like a fucking bubble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Before we get out of here, all of you artists and people that are taking producers' beats without their permission and stuff like that, there's a
100%. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you drop the shit, nigga, I'll come for 100%, dog. And you sample me. Like, hey, producers, register your beats as a song.
Yeah.
So if a nigga fucking take your beat, They don't, it ain't talking about buying them. Like, now I stole your beat, so now I want to talk about buying it. If a nigga hop in my house, I'm going to shoot him. I'm going to do my best. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do my best to shoot you if you sneak in my house. Yeah. So at the end of the day, nigga, you stole my beat and then you want to talk about buying my shit and owning my shit and telling me what movie, like, if Creed hit me up to hop in the movie, now you got to clear it.
Yeah.
And you stole my shit at first.
Yeah.
The principal, you stole my shit. And then you bought it from me for $700.
Nah, we're not.
No, nigga. I register your beats as a song and let these niggas sample you. So if they hop on your beat, it's a sample now. And they don't own your beat when they get and wait. We ain't no sewers. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't no sewers. We ain't raised with that shit. So at the end of the day, even the blessed internet babies, man, we ain't raised to sue niggas. Yeah. So at the end of the day, wait. If the nigga makes some noise, wait. Sell the beat again if you want to. If the nigga makes some noise, just wait, bro. Register that shit as a song if nobody bought the beat. Mm-hmm. Register as a song when you done with it. Let these niggas sample you. And at the end of the day, you can't own shit. So at the end of the day, when the movie company comes, you clear it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They license your shit. You know what I'm saying? And they got to pay you 100 racks because now they at however many streams, and when the leverage and the ball's in your court now.
Leverage, you said
you see what I'm saying? Because it's digital now. We don't need all these fucking brick and mortar shits, nigga. You want to play with our intellectual properties, then we'll register them as such. And because that's the only reason we thought of this thing. I thought of this. I don't know. I haven't heard anyone else do it. And I'm sure mad people is thinking of this shit. Right. But I want to let niggas know, register your beats as songs. They sample it. They don't own it. They pay you whatever you want. You still producer. And motherfucking, you get whatever split you want. Not 50. Not 50 if they stole it.
Leverage.
You know what I'm saying? If they stole your shit, not 50. It's not 50 no more, nigga. If you stole my shit, I want 85 at least. I'm going to show you some love because I still got love and I don't give a fuck about this money shit.
50% is standard.
Yeah, 50% standard. You stole my shit, bro. We can do some principles.
So everything in the music business comes with paperwork. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if anybody uses your beat, anybody says that, oh, this is mine, the only words you have to tell them is produce the paperwork. Where's the paperwork saying that this is yours or that you licensed this from me?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If you can't produce that paperwork, then you're in the wrong. That's all a lawyer is going to say is produce that paperwork. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, nowadays, like the transactions, if someone PayPal'd you and shit, that is paperwork. Essentially,
yeah, but it's no terms. Nobody knows what those.
Oh
terms
yeah,
are.
the terms are open. Yeah,
like there's no percentages.
Yeah,
like
terms are in paperwork only. So if you do not have a production declaration, a production agreement, you need to get one. You know what I'm saying? Either you need to present the producers with one, or the producers need to present you with one. It's the music business, so don't be scared to handle the music business.
Yeah,
not the music friendness.
Yeah, not the music.
And also don't think you're gonna have it all like figured out in one shot. Like don't think like it's just gonna be one of those things where like, oh yeah, I got my lawyer, I got my publicist and my manager. Now everything gonna work. Like that shit. Like we still, even to this day, I know I'm still gotta chase down that artist for like 2 days, 3 days, like, yo, bro, just send me the fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your manager's number? Let me have my manager. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're not gonna know everything.
Exactly. It's a trial and error shit. Like, it takes time to really like make money on this. It's not gonna be like an overnight, like, okay, like I'm rich now. Like it's not gonna happen.
And that's the reason why how we started this podcast. We was like, man, it ain't gonna be perfect, but we gonna start it. You know what I'm saying? Get your feet wet. Learn as you go.
Get your beak wet.
you really just gotta yourself, like go.
You know
like
get your beak wet.
Really, for real, like.
So that's what's up. Any last words, C-Rob?
Nah, man, Midwestern.
100%.
100%. That's
100%. 100, bro. If y'all stealing niggas beats, I would advise all niggas 100%, bro.
But
that was good game though. To like register
your beats and songs, niggas. I put them on Spotify too, so anyone can grab them too. Put them on Spotify, get your streams up, do your thing, and
that's how Bobby Shmurda had got that one, right?
From, he got it off of Jalil Beats.
Yeah.
Fucking Lloyd Banks had used the beat before, but he never paid for it, so it's open game.
That's tight. That's tight. Well, shit, we closing out, man. I want everybody to say their Instagram. My Instagram is of course Blackcard Stevo, BlackCardStevo, and Koncept P.
Mine's Koncept _P and it starts with the K, so it's like KONCEPT _P.
_. That means __.
Yeah.
All right, Cyfyre, what's your IG?
I'm about to tell you right now. Come
on, man.
Hold up. Fuck, where's my Instagram? Oh, my Instagram is Big Blaze 2019. That's all. No jokes. BIGBLAZE 2019. Follow me on there.
Cyfyre always trying to show love.
No, that's my Instagram. You asked me my Instagram. I'm telling you my Instagram, nigga. This is my real Instagram. Big Blaze 2019. I'm out here doing hooks and beats and shit in them. Yeah.
Shout out to Blaze Burner in the building. Make sure y'all follow Koncept P and Cyfyre at Cyfyre SYFYRE.
Cyfyre. The homie Cyfyre is CYFYRE. But my Instagram is Track Sounds, and you can spell that TRAKKSONDS.
Shout out to
TRAKKSOUNDS. Yes.
So look, this is the first time y'all met. Y'all heard of each other. Maybe we'll see some collaborations coming up soon.
Hell yeah, man! I got them stems too, bro. I got them loops ready, bro.
So I can't.
Studio right here, bro. We can get to it right after this.
I can't wait to hear what comes from that. And as always, anything you got to say?
Nah, man.
Make sure y'all like and subscribe the podcast. Follow us on Instagram and be looking out for the next episode. This was episode what? 4?
Yep.
Episode 4. And as always, man, this is the In the Mix
Out the Way
and Out the Way podcast.
Hey, hold on 1 second. One thing about Out the Way, all y'all niggas when y'all get your buddy, don't go too far out the way. Hey, nah, for real, don't go too far out the way. Come back, like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Go, don't be scared, my nigga. Like, we know a lot of people is dying out here, and bless everyone, you know what I'm saying? But, like, you know what I'm saying? We still gotta do it, man. Boosie talk about don't go back to the hood.
I'ma always be here for the ones that was there for me.
Yeah, you ain't kind of out there. You know what I'm saying? You still here, bro. You after all your Grammys and all your platinum success.
Stay in the mix and out the way.
In the mix, out the way. Perfect.
The way.
So beautiful. It's beautiful.
Make sure y'all follow the podcast at stay.ITMOTW. Make sure y'all follow C-Rob at C-Rob_317. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Dave and Justin.
Shout out to my niggas, man.
Shout out to Justin.
I know Justin since he was a baby, dog. You know what I'm saying? That nigga started working out and shit, bro. I was like, yo. Who you is again? Oh, yeah. That's
all
Justin.
of them muscles, goddamn.
All right, my nigga.
Shout out to David and Justin at made.kp. Lil Justin _. Justin _. Make sure y'all follow everybody. And
how we ready for Gus C-Rob shit? Like you done told us like, man.
C-Rob _317.
Y'all follow me on for y'all back.
Yeah.
So I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Jay's Kitchen Houston for catering today
and
giving us
another plate.
The chicken pasta. You know what I'm saying? And as always, the slogan is
shout out Paul Masson.
Shout out Paul. Shout out that whiskey. You know what I'm saying?
Woodford Reserve.
Shout out to
Woodford Reserve. Yeah. And like we always say, man, RP Underground, and it go every shut eye ain't sleep and every goodbye ain't gone. In the mix and out the way. Fucked you up. Every shut eye ain't sleep, every goodbye ain't gone, man. Come on, man. You said don't stay too far out the way. You know what I'm saying? We out this thing, man. Appreciate y'all, man. This is the In the Mix and Out the Way podcast.
Oh, I like how that